My boyfriend and I have been seeing each other for more than a year, and he's on Grindr. A few months ago, he told me he had Grindr and was too scared to open the app to delete his account. So he's waiting until he goes out of town to open and delete his profile. But Sofia, he's gone out of town at least 5 times since we've officially been dating.
What are you asking? It can't be that you're asking me if you should break up with him or not.
It's Sofia Franklyn. You are listening to Sofia with an F, hey, Sloots. And the F is for phenomenal.
Hi, party people. Happy Thursday. Welcome to Sofia with an F. I'm your host, Sofia Franklyn, and I'm already tripping over my words, but I have an incredible episode in store for you guys. You are getting another installment of 1-800-SLOOTS because the feedback, y'all really like the 1-800-SLOOTS, and I think and hope it's because of me and my advice and my presence, but I'm starting to think it's because of this dope-ass phone. Because you guys literally comment more on how cool the phone is than me. The other reason why I'm really riding this 1-800-SLOOTS wave is because things are about to change. And I can't say that there will be too many more 1-800-SLOOTS. And I'm going to let you sit with that. I'm going to let you do the 3 Ps, pray, ponder, and percolate on what that could mean. But it's about to change in a very, 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 very big way. And with that, I want to give you guys a little update because I had my brother staying with me. He just left for the airport and we had a really fun time. We only had one fun time and he was here for a week. And I can literally only call out one moment where we were like in bliss and just enjoying life and c'est la vie, because we were both working a ton and barely even spoke to each other, let alone, kikied. But there was one day where we had the best time. And I want to start by saying this. People with ADHD cannot use public transportation. And let me tell you why. I had a very simple, straightforward errand that I needed to run. I needed to go pick up a prescription. This pharmacy, I love them. The pharmacist is like, I could die for him. He's the best. I love it, love it, love it. And I am unable to make the change to a pharmacy that's nearby. So this pharmacy is not like walking distance, and I usually take an Uber. And I decided, you know what? We're not gonna take an Uber. We are gonna use the New York super efficient public transportation system that has been made and put in place to make it affordable and make it efficient for you to get from point A to point B. I used to think that taking a Uber or a taxi was like a luxury. It's really not that all the time. Like, very much so. There are multiple moments and destinations within the city where it makes 100 times more sense to take the subway than an Uber. And I'm talking like, oh, you could get here 20 minutes on the subway versus 45 minutes in a car. So for various reasons, I was like, we're going to use the public transportation. Why do I keep calling it public transportation? This is why. Because this particular route that I needed to take to get to the pharmacy, the subway was not anywhere near as efficient as the bus. I have never taken the bus, and that for some reason seems like crazy. I don't know why. Like, I get the subway, I get the Uber, I get even a bicycle. I've never taken a bus. I've only ever ridden a bus to get from here to Maryland when I was broke as and I swear to God, that was like a 12-hour trip and it was the worst ever. And I think I took the Greyhound, or I think maybe also they have a bus called Sprint or something. I don't take the fucking bus. I think there's like, this stigma around a bus and it's fucked up. Because like, why is there not really a stigma with the subway? And you see Sarah Jessica Parker take the subway. You see Chloe Savini, execs, but like also big time actors, actresses, writers, you name it. They take the subway. I've never really seen them pictured on the bus. I don't know why, but I plug in the address of my pharmacy. I realize the bus is the way to go. I happen to live, and actually anyone who lives in New York City could make this statement, a 10-second walk from a bus stop. So I'm like, we're going to take the bus. Also, I think a piece of this is I don't like to try new things that are maybe somewhat confusing or difficult or intimidating if I'm alone. You know what I mean? And it's like the second my brother's in town, I'm like, oh, I can literally force him to come with me and try out all of the things I've always wanted to, but like doing them alone just didn't seem that fun. So I tell him that we have literally 3 minutes to get out the door. And he was like, what the like, what do you mean 3 minutes? And I start screaming and I'm like, Lucas, literally we are going to miss our car. I didn't even tell him what it was if we don't get out the door in 2 minutes, because obviously it shows you the bus schedule and it literally said bus leaves in 2 minutes. Somehow, some way, I was able to get him out the door. Then I tried to threaten him because he was taking too long to walk down the stairs. And I was like, okay, fine, bye. And I walked outside. And as soon as we walked outside, the very last person was hopping onto the bus and we made it within milliseconds. Anyways, the story is I wanted to teach Lucas the value of $1. And I was like, we're getting on the bus. Let's go. We get on the bus. Very easy, super chill. There were seats available. It was great, fantastic, smooth sailing. I remember my boyfriend called me in the middle of it, and I don't really think he's taken the bus, but I know he's taken the tube. He is at Lake Como at the Mandarin Oriental, and we had stayed there before, and it like something reminded him of me, and he was like calling to check in, and I literally said, oh my God, that's so crazy, because similar to the Mandarin, I am on the M15 bus right now. And he couldn't really understand it, and he did laugh because obviously he knows how fucking hilarious I am and how good that joke was. But we get to the pharmacy. I get the prescription, and I'm like, okay, we could either take the bus back or take an Uber. I look at the Uber, 7-minute wait, and like $40 one way. I'm not even joking. I was like, I cannot justify that, but there's also no subway that makes sense. So we're going to do the bus round trip. All right. This isn't a one way. This is a round trip situation. And we're going to take the M15 right back. So we're leaving the pharmacy. We're walking to the bus stop. And this is where things just get completely and totally derailed. Because we walk to the bus stop, we sit down, we're shooting the I think I'm like filming something on my phone. I'm like, Lucas and I are just like around with each other. We're like making fun of this guy's pants that he was wearing because they were like the craziest shit I've ever seen, like Supreme written on the butt. I don't even know what was wrong with them. And some time goes by, and then I look up at the sign at the bus stop, and it definitely does not say M15. It said M20 something else. And I was like, oh, we're literally at the wrong bus stop. So that happens. Then we start making our way to the correct bus stop. We hop on. It says M15. We hop on, ready to fucking rumble. There's a couple stops that happen along the way. You guys know that wire that like goes across the roof of the bus and it says that you can like pull it down to stop? I thought that was like emergency purposes only. Like, I thought it was one of those things that they also have in old school hotels next to the toilet in case like a senior citizen or an old person needs assistance and they like pull on the cord so that someone can like come assist them. That's what I thought it was. That's not what it is. You kind of pull it when there's a stop coming up that you need to get off on. So I learned that. What I also learned is you can't really just treat a bus like it's a round trip thing. It's not like the shuttle at the airport. It's not like a flight where you book a round trip ticket. Because after several stops, the bus driver literally is like, this is the last stop, get the fuck off the bus. We were not home at this stage, okay? And I asked the bus driver, I was like, what do you mean this is the last stop? And he says, this is literally the last stop. I'm getting off the bus and taking a break, and we'll be continuing the mission in like 15 minutes. So like, what was a 18-minute trip from pharmacy back home? We're already 25 minutes into this thing. So I look into getting an Uber, and then I see an ice cream truck. And then I was like, those ice creams that you only get, I feel like at a New York food truck, and they're huge, and then you get to decide if you want it dipped in like the cherry casing, and then you can also do sprinkles. Like, something about them are so good. We go to the ice cream truck. I'm also trying to show my brother like a New York experience. You know what I'm saying? So we go to the ice cream truck. We stand in line for the ice cream. I spot the fish carousel. And that is not code word for like in an open bar. Like, it legitimately is a merry-go-round, and instead of horses that go up and down and go around, it's fish, and it's dope. And I wanted to, once again, give Lucas that New York experience. So we go over to the fish carousel. Lucas is like, I think I've maybe seen this before with mom. And I'm like, no, you haven't. Don't lie to me. No, you have not. We walk in and we're just completely fucking around. And I say, hold on, I want to get a picture. As we are about to leave, okay? Because it's been 10 minutes. And I know the bus driver is about to open those bus doors. The attendant of the fish carousel says, do you guys want to come on for a ride? I said no. Lucas said, yeah. I couldn't tell if he was joking, but next thing I know, I am on this fish carousel. We bought the tickets. They accidentally charged me twice. Then they had to refund me for one of them, a good $6. That took some fucking time, because they were using God knows what Wi-Fi and like using dial-up at this carousel. Then we have to wait for the ride to finish before us. Then we get on the carousel. Then we ride it, which it was actually like really magical. And if there was any theme for a carousel, I would time and time again kind of pick the sea theme. Like it was just, that's my vibe. I'm a water sign, you know? I was in my element. The music was magical. The fish, I didn't even realize they go up and down. I FaceTimed my mom. I said, Mom, look at me. Look at Lucas. This is us enjoying life in the most childlike wonder, not fueled by substances, genuine, pure fun. And it was fantastic. We get off the carousel, and then at that point, I was like, this whole trip was supposed to be about 30 minutes tops. We are now at the 2-hour mark and very quickly maybe approaching 3 hours. I'm not even joking. Between waiting at the bus stop, at the wrong one, going to the next one, going around fucking New York and ending up at the southernmost point, having the bus driver tell us to wait 10 minutes, waiting in line to get the ice cream, getting the ice cream, eating the ice cream, heading to the fish carousel, waiting in line there, getting a refund, going on the carousel, FaceTiming everyone I know, getting off of it, calling the Uber in the biggest tourist trap area known to man, aside from Times Square, waiting 15 minutes for the Uber, and then the Uber car ride home. People with attention deficit disorder are really at a huge disadvantage, because if we have to switch trains, go to a different bus stop, basically do anything that requires us to not walk from point A to point B and hit up like point A and a half in between, you end up on a fish carousel. That's what happens. And it's fucked up. And I can't do it because it ended up costing me trying to save time and money. It ended up costing me, you guys, between the fish carousel tickets, the ice cream, the Uber, going on the bus 18 times, 5 times the amount it would have costed to just take an Uber Black there and back. Not to mention the amount of time that was sucked. And my time is money, you know? So be careful out there if you have ADD, and just, I think it's something to flag and something to think about. And that's my fucking story. And don't start taking Adderall because it gives you ADHD as well. So you're basically fucked all around. Okay? I feel very relieved getting that off my chest, because holy shit, it was like this announcement that I was just like, the world needs to know. And with that, Sloots, let's get into our first fucking voicemail. One of the best decisions I ever made was switching up my nicotine routine. And the only way I was going to make a lasting change was if it was convenient, satisfying, and tasted good. Thank God for Lucy Breakers. These pouches are 100% pure nicotine, totally tobacco-free, and they come with a cool twist. There is a tiny capsule inside each one that you can break open for an extra hit of not only flavor, but hydration. I always go with the mint flavor for obvious reasons, and my go-to is the 8 milligram strength, and when I need a little extra focus without taking a break. Plus, with a Lucy subscription, they just show up at my door. No effort required. Let's level up your nicotine routine with Lucy. Go to lucy.co/Sophia and use promo code Sophia to get 20% off your first order. Lucy has a 30-day refund policy if you change your mind. Again, that's lucy.co and use code Sophia to get 20% off. And here comes the fine print. Lucy products are only for adults of legal age, and every order is age verified. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Hi, Sophia. Love the podcast. Like, absolutely obsessed. Love you. Think you're fantastic. Anywho, I am in a bit of a dilemma because I have been whining about how I want a nice guy to date. Well, not nice, but like I want a good, not completely evil person to be into me. And, see, I finally got that. I got this nice 6'2", a year older than me. He's very wealthy. He pays for all my stuff. He wants to go out. He plans out these elaborate dates. And I just have the ick so badly, and I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm trying to ignore it, but I don't know if it's me trying to ignore my gut or if it's me trying to, propel myself towards something good. Just so curious on your advice, just because, from what you said on the pod, we have similar taste in men. Unfortunately, for some of my past decisions that have not affected my mental health too fantastically. But anyway, just some advice for your girlie over here who's struggling. Thank you. Love you.
I love you, Slew. Oh my God, you guys, I'm using a mic stand and now I don't have to make sure I'm fucking holding the microphone. It's fantastic. The thing is, babe, to this day, Soph, I'm talking to Soph right now off camera, but also to you guys, this cannot be a clip and this cannot be the focal point of this episode because I'm about to talk some shit. I still get the ick. And I am so in love and so obsessed and for the first time see a forever future with this man. I get the ick, it's not constant. I think if the ick is just a constant thing, that's not even the ick. You just straight up don't like this person. But there's shit that the love of my life does where I think to myself, I would rather you not. So if this guy is everything that you want, give him a chance because the ick will go away. And I especially think in the beginning of the dating phase, you are picking out their every move and every fucking action and trying to analyze it without having the relationship and the history and the conversation and all of those things. And so it's way easier, you know what I mean, to have the ick because you don't even know them. So I think you need to give this guy a chance. And I promise you the ick will go away. There will still always probably be something because men just existing, but don't write someone off just because you have the ick. Let's, look into their personality a tad. It also depends how bad the ick is. I really wish I could tell this story about something that my dude used to do, but I just cannot. Okay. Next voicemail before I get fucking broken up with quicker than I can say abracadabra and say some shit I shouldn't.
Hi, Sophia. I'm trying to enunciate because you said to do that. I need help with my boyfriend. Everything's perfect, but I'm a TV junkie and he's not, and he wants to read when we're going to bed, and I want to watch TV. And I look forward to it all day, and he doesn't want to do it. What do I do?
I don't know if this guy like is he studying for his SATs? Is he fucking Ernest Hemingway fanatic? Like, why is it so important to your boyfriend to read when it is so clearly important as fuck and kind of sounds like a necessity that you get your fucking watch time in? Like, listen, as a TV junkie, but make it like seasonal depression disorder, like I kind of just go through bouts of like being obsessed with it. But even that aside, I have to watch TV to go to sleep. And I have encountered multiple people in my life that I love dearly that they can't go to sleep with the TV on. And it makes me not like them as much, but it also like kind of adds to this already unhealthy fucking relationship I tend to sometimes have with going to sleep. I need a bit of a distraction in order to like relax, calm down. I need to be focused on other people's shit. I know that there are books that do storytelling the same way that you can watch it visually, but it takes a little bit more attention stamina. And it takes a little more effort to read a book for someone with ADHD. And I'm not saying that you have that, but I'm just saying. I think that there's a happy medium, and I think the happy medium is why can't both of you guys indulge in both at the same time? Me personally, I can't even read a book if I have brown noise headphones on and I'm staring at like a blank wall. I will still somehow get sidetracked. It's something I want to work on. And if the TV was on, I mean, there wouldn't even be a total of a stanza read. However, I think he can just read in the living room. Okay, we live in New York. Not everyone has a living room. Maybe we're in a studio. Go to another designated area and read the book, because you can't just move your TV. You watch it from your laptop. I still don't think you need to move it. I'm pro TV, but this is actually what I want to say, and this is my real advice. We know, scientifically proven actually, and I hate to say it and admit it, blue light before bed, bad. Stimulating television or any stimulating activity before bed, also bad. So I kind of like this health and wellness thing that your man is doing, which he probably fucking isn't. He's like, I just like want to read a book to go to sleep. It's not that deep. But maybe you could kind of take it as inspo and like give it a little shot. And if it doesn't work for you, because I sure as hell know it would not work for me unless I just got my reading reps in, you guys alternate between who's putting their headphones in and who's indulging in their shit out loud. And it's as simple as that. If you wanted to read, though, and he wanted to watch TV, that would be a huge issue and an ick and a conversation. But I kind of like it. Okay. Next question.
Okay. I'm embarrassed to say this, but my boyfriend and I have been seeing each other for more than a year, and he's on Grindr. A few months ago, he told me he had Grindr and was too scared to open the app to delete his account. So he's waiting until he goes out of town to open and delete his profile. But Sofia, he's gone out of town at least 5 times since we've officially been dating.
Thank you for just turning my whole fucking day around. Genuinely, Slew, like this smile on my face right now, I am beaming. This is the funniest shit I have ever heard. So I don't know why babe, what are you asking? Like, it can't be that you're asking me if you should break up with him or not. This is how much your question just resonated with me. And this is how, like, connected I feel to you guys. I am literally holding the phone up to my ear as if we're having a phone call. Like, this is the same shit I do the second I'm off work and I head up to the roof and call my mom. Like, this physical image, visual is like, we are one and the same. My arm is getting tired, though. The phone was kind of heavy. His reasoning for not deleting the app, because he's scared if he opens it and whoever happens to be on Grindr within the mile radius that he's in is gonna know that he's active on it. So he wants to do it when he's out of town. What was he up to when he first installed it and opened the app? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2. Like, if he installed the app and was using it, what is the difference if someone sees him on there in present day? He's scared that they're going to be like, oh my God, I know that guy and he has a girlfriend. I'm going to DM her. Well, that doesn't make sense because he straight up told you. So, A, break up with homeboy. B, break up with homeboy. C, this is how I want you to go about this, okay? You're going to say these exact words. Baby, I totally get it. Let's do it together, and I'm going to hold your hand through this. Open the goddamn app in front of me, and I'm going to help you delete the damn thing. In fact, we're going to put on the password authenticator, but it's going to go directly to my cell phone, and the code will only be able to be accessible through me, okay? If he does not say yes, ma'am, then he needs to go bye-bye, okay? I already think he needs to go bye-bye, but I always want to give you, like, how to proceed if you do want to stay in the relationship, but that's not the reason he's not deleting the app, babe. And Grindr is one of many, many, many apps that are out there that I would strongly recommend you type into the search bar on his phone. What is the one John told me about when he was here? Fuck, I never recorded with him. There's a new one. There's a new app that is geared towards gay men, and I think it's called. It starts with an S. Sniffies. No, I can't remember what it's called, but that's kind of the new one. And you heard it here first. Scruff, maybe. That's kind of funny. Scruff. Like, Growler? As you can see, there's a shit ton. So go through his phone, and it's not a gay thing, once again, as Hannah Horvath would say when people were referring to her dad fucking having gay sex, and she was like, please don't talk to me about that. And she said, it's not a homophobic thing. I just don't want to hear about my dad having sex. It has nothing to do with it. It's hard no dating apps on the phone of the person you're dating exclusively is a hard no. And the going out of town fucking bullshit and he's been out of town 5 times. Fuck. Absolutely not. I don't like this guy. We're on to the next. Next dude, next voicemail. And this one isn't so much a voicemail. It's more a written word medium, because this question was like way too fucking good, and I'm going to read it for you, Sloots. Hi, Sofia. So I'm a 23-year-old and was recently engaged. My fiance cheated on me, so that ended everything, but I currently still live with him. After he cheated on me, I went out to the bar and made out with this man who is 44, and his son is only 3 years younger than me. We are low-key in a situationship, but are both developing strong feelings for each other. I'm not sure what will come about it, but I can't jump into something new right now. But my feelings are all crazy. Any advice? Also, he's definitely said he loved me multiple times, and I bought him an Apple Watch for his birthday, which is coming up. Thanks. How much is an Apple Watch, by the way? Because that was supposed to be my Father's Day gift that I was going to give to my actual person I consider my dad, not the one in Spain. But then I got mad at him, but now I'm kind of unmad at him. So I'm kind of wondering how much they are. If there's any Apple Watch sales, please let me know. All right, a lot of factors at play. You're crazy about this guy. He's crazy about you. You still live with your ex. You guys were not just dating, but engaged. You got cheated on. The new love of your life happens to have a son who is right around your age. This son being similar in age to you, who gives a shit? Okay? Unless you know, there's something you're not telling me and you're like, oh, I'm also secretly attracted to the son. If that's not the case, fuck it. Who cares? Okay? You're his mom. Now, bye. Funny, you guys will make jokes about it in years to come. You living with your ex, also, who gives a fuck? You guys are not together, and I'm sure you're actively trying to figure out a way for you guys to not keep living together. And as long as you're not like just completely and totally blatantly disrespectful about it, and like your ex comes home and finds you straddling your new guy on the couch, then it doesn't fucking matter. And it definitely doesn't fucking matter because your fiance cheated on you. So I don't think you should be respectful for his sake. I think you should just be respectful for your sake. Because if your ex-fiance comes home and sees you like S-ing the D of a new guy, he's just gonna cause drama and freak out and cause you stress that you can easily avoid by sucking the dick in your room. You know what I mean? So the cohabitating is fine. You just need to be super honest and upfront with this new relationship so it can, you know, thrive and start on solid ground. And let him know, I was engaged. I got my heart ripped out of my chest and I was betrayed in basically the worst way possible. And I was cheated on. And so even if we don't take it slow, I need you to know that about me, because there might be some instances where I need some hand holding. I overreact. I seem incredibly distrusting because I am in this moment. But I'm working on it. But just for you to know, I'm normally like a pretty trusting gal, but I'm gonna need you to turn your location on. Obviously, like that's like a dramatic way to put it, but none of these things, honestly, are screaming to me, don't proceed. I kind of think you're fine. Also, in some ways, it's way easier to get over someone who fucked up that bad. You know what I mean? There's no like, okay, but like, what if? And like, I can forgive this. It's like, oh, no. You had a ring on it and he betrayed this huge, major commitment. He's done. Bye. So I think you're ready. Jump into this. Both feet. Just be aware, and you are. Okay, I'm going to read one more because it's too good. Hello, your royal slootness. I need your advice. I have older guys hit on me all the time. They're hot, successful, but 10 plus years older than me. Not an issue, right? But I am just a freshman in college and just about to turn 19. Help, is this weird? I'm fine with the idea of an older guy, but sometimes when I'm talking to one who's like 27, 30, I'm conflicted if I should lie about my age or if they don't care. Should I lie and say I'm like 22, or is that too risky and not worth lying? If you're 19, I kind of think you can lie. I think you can lie because it's like they're 10 years plus older. They already know you must be significantly younger. Plus, I don't think guys really care, which they should, but they don't. And I think it's okay to kind of lie a bit. I mean, babe, you're 19. You're saying, should I lie and say I'm 1 or 2 years older? Like, who gives a flying fuck? No one. Until this seems like it might be a real relationship, then I think you need to kind of be honest with him and with yourself. Because that would be fucking crazy to be like seriously dating someone for 2 years and all of a sudden they're like, oh my God, yeah, like I'm actually 3 years younger than I told you. I would literally be like, my whole life is a lie. But also the age difference can very much prove to be a power dynamic thing that you need to look at. When someone's older, there's just right then and there is kind of this shift and innate difference. And I think being aware of that is good. Also, who wants to like start the footing off on straight up a lie? It doesn't even matter if you're lying about, you're a redhead and dyed your hair blonde. It's just like kind of strange. You know what I'm saying? But I do not think it's a big deal to lie at all. Except how the fuck are you going to get away with that when you guys go to order a cocktail? Do you have a fake ID? Because, every single club, lounge, bar establishment is going to be asking for ID at the door. And for some fucking reason, I find it to be pretty likely that at some point, you guys will find yourself in that situation, considering he is well of age. So don't even be asking this if you don't have a fake ID that can pass every and all scanners. Baby girl, love you though. All right, Sloots, I love you guys. I love these episodes. I am on cloud 9. I am going to go take a little, I wish Adderall, but my second dose of spironolactone because I'm getting lightheaded. I'm going to chug water and I'm going to get a little hair trim, a micro trim. And I love you guys and I will talk to you next week. Bye.